Welcome to day 2 of Rally Norway. The home country's heroes Petter and Henning Solberg were the centre of attention at the start of this event. Even their Prime Minister was in town to send them on their way. But once the action got going, day 1 was about 3 men. Marcus Gronholm, Sebastian Loeb and Mikko Hirvonen. And it was Hirvonen, the junior member of that trio, who impressed the most. He led from stage 1 and looked totally in tune with the conditions and ended the day 15 seconds ahead of his rivals.
It's been great. It's been great, really been enjoying, but you know, it's bloody fast what these guys are doing. You know, it's definitely not easy to go like I'm doing, but no problems, no problems.
Sebastian Loeb, in contrast, had an uncharacteristically erratic day. He may have won 5 of the 8 stages, but mixed those with an off on the very first stage. An overshoot on 5. And this stall at the start of stage 6.
It was a very difficult day, some difficult condition, and with my road position in some stages I lost some time.
But Loeb will start the day in 3rd, less than 2 seconds behind Marcus Gronholm. He may have won on the snow in Sweden last weekend, but was taking time to find his rhythm around these stages that are new to him and most of the crews. His cause was not helped by choosing too short a tyre stud for the final 2 stages.
Tomorrow we start to go fast, I hope.
Henning Solberg is one of the few drivers with some knowledge of these stages, but he made a few too many mistakes to mount a serious challenge, and his hopes took another knock when he broke a shock absorber on stage 6. So the hopes of the host nation lay with his brother Petter. The Subaru driver said from the outset that his approach would be a conservative one, but this was paying some dividends as he worked his way up to 4th by the end of the day. But Solberg is over a minute off first place and nearly 45 seconds behind Loeb in 3rd. Tony Gardemeister holds 5th, Gigi Gali 6th. Henning Solberg will start today in 7th. Manfred Stoll is 8th. The rally is based in the city of Hamar, just a few hours' drive from where the Swedish rally took place last weekend. Today's stages will take place to the north and east of the city and include the first run through the stunning mountain stage, but gets going with the 44 kilometres of Elverum. Amongst the fans, 10,000 have bought hospitality packages for this first ever Rally Norway, and the coaches are arriving from wide and far to deliver those spectators to this first stage. It might be mild for the time of year, but the temperatures are still around 0, so there's a need to wrap up warm. While the Petter and Henning Solberg fan clubs indulge in some gentle rivalry. No Norwegians to cheer on in the podium places at the moment, but this knowledgeable crowd will appreciate the terrific battle for the rally lead we're seeing this weekend. Sebastian Loeb is the first of the top 3 to test out the longest stage of the rally. More flat-out forest roads to negotiate. They may be quick, but they're also very narrow, so the Frenchman needs to be very precise and get his lines absolutely perfect. Amazing driving from Seb here. Next onto the stage is Marcus Gronholm. The Finn won his 5th Swedish rally last weekend, proving once again he's the man to beat on snow. He's certainly not having it all his own way in Norway, though. For once, he's being outperformed by his young teammate, Mikko Hirvonen. And what What a fantastic first day it was for the 26-year-old. But can Mikko maintain the terrific pace he showed yesterday? He needs to be at his absolute best. The two drivers chasing him have 5 world championships between them. Loeb, meanwhile, looks to have survived this marathon stage. He's not far from the finish line now. His time's coming up. 24 minutes, 54.5 seconds. That's the quickest through so far by over 41 seconds. The world champion then has made his intentions clear to his two rivals. He wants this win, and it's up to them to stop him. Gronholm started the stage with just a 1.8 second advantage, remember. That's the target time he needs to beat to stay ahead, and this is looking good for Marcus. Yes, he extends his advantage again. Let's catch up with the Finn at the end of the stage.
Marcus, you had 1.8 advantage over Sebastian coming in. You're 9.1 quicker. That's a good start.
Yeah, but I understood that Mikko is going even faster. So.
The most important thing for you, though, is to keep Seb behind you.
Yes, exactly. So, but he's not much behind.
So Gronholm and Loeb through and setting a blistering pace already. Has rally leader Hirvonen done enough to keep them at bay? Well, he's still looking calm and collected, and his smooth driving style seems perfectly suited to these flowing forest stages. That time is Mikko's target if he's to stay ahead of his teammate, and it's looking like it could be a great start to the day for the man in front. He should extend his advantage further here. Yes, he's quicker than Marcus again. And the speed of these three front runners really is in a different league to the rest of the field.
Mikko, long stage, you've beaten them all.
That was, they are pretty crazy, you know. Conditions are very difficult, and coming flat out the whole stage, it's definitely, you know, it's not so easy, but that's good. That's good time.
Petter Solberg, meanwhile, has kept his legion of fans entertained. He hasn't been able to match the runaway leaders this weekend. That may change with the arrival of the new Impreza at the next rally in Mexico. But for now, at least, he's the best of the rest in fourth.
6 right last, 80. Keep right of a crest, to 6 left of a crest. Into 6 right plus, up long, slow, 60. Keep left of a crest, 40, turn unseen, tight ebb in right. 30.
Tony Gardemeister had a good first day in his privately entered Mitsubishi Lancer. He's running 5th. But he may lose that position here. He's the latest of a long list of drivers to get stuck in a snowbank. And unfortunately for Tony, he's no way of getting out of here in a hurry. Over 20 minutes are lost, and he plummets down to 33rd. The Finn's misfortune sees several drivers gain a position. Gigi Gali takes over 5th place, and the Italian is now the leading privateer. Henning Solberg is up to 6th and only 13.2 seconds behind Gigi. While Chris Atkinson has made a strong start to the season and will move into the point-scoring places following Gardemeister's off. Well, the pace note from Glenn McNeil warned of danger ahead, but he's off too. Just like Gardemeister, he slid into the roadside ditch, and he's going to lose a lot of time here.
Chris, we're stuck in a snowbank and just trying to get moving.
17 minutes would pass before he could get the Impreza back on the road, and he falls to 16th. So Hirvonen's lead increases to over 20 seconds over the first stage of the day, while Gronholm extends his advantage over Loeb to 10.9 seconds. And the battle of the big three in Norway will continue after the break. Welcome back to Rally Norway, round 3 of the World Rally Championship, and it's the enthralling battle for the rally lead holding the attention as we head into stage 10. Hirvonen and Gronholm are separated by just 20.6 seconds. The fight for victory takes another twist on this test. After being beaten by both Fords on stage 9, Sebastian Loeb has responded immediately with his 6th fastest time of the weekend. The Frenchman closes the gap to Gronholm to just 7.3 seconds. Henning Solberg, meanwhile, has made up some time on Gigi Gali in 5th. The Norwegian is steadily building on his pace after an erratic first leg. He's now just 5.8 seconds behind the Italian. What a close brush with a snowbank here, though. Stobart Ford teammate Jari-Matti Latvala has mounted an impressive fight back since losing 1.5 minutes in time penalties yesterday. Having fallen as low as 16th, the young Finn has stormed his way back into the point-scoring places. He's now up to 7th, just over half a minute behind Henning. Marcus Gronholm closed in on Hirvonen in that stage, but by a minuscule 9/10 of a second. All positions in the top 10 remain the same. Next, it's back to Harmer for another service stop. There's a big crowd at the Viking Ship Arena this Sunday, and unsurprisingly, it's Petter Solberg who most of them are here to see. But the aficionados in the crowd might be paying a bit more attention to what the top 3 are doing.
Talk me through that Alvarum stage. It's a long stage.
Yeah, it's long stage, and it was really not easy because it was so much snow on the road and just one line to follow, and it was not really nice.
Why aren't you catching Mikko?
Sorry?
Why aren't you catching Mikko?
I can't catch him now, so that's the reason. There is no other reasons.
Why?
I can't. That's the reason. Yeah, easy.
Mikko, Marcus has just told me he can't catch you.
Yeah, I'm sure he's telling you that, but I don't believe him. And okay, I can say he can't catch me, but I'm sure he's trying, so it's not over yet.
There's no relaxing at the moment for you, is there?
No, I can't. And like on the last stage, I took it a little bit easier, and then Sebastian took straight away 4 seconds. So I can't really slow down, have to keep on pushing. But at least now next stages, I really like them, so I'm quite confident now.
Why can't you catch the Fords?
I'm too slow. No, Mikko is really fast. Marcus also. I stay a bit closer from Marcus at the moment, so we'll see. We have two long stages to go this afternoon, so we'll see what it's possible to do.
So to Mountain Rally, Norway's signature stage, and there's a lot of snow up here and big snowbanks, which can either be a hindrance or a help to the drivers. So Sebastian Loeb out into the stage. He made a last-minute tyre change at service, going for a long instead of medium-length stud, the same as the Ford drivers are on, so everything should be equal out there. He drops time to Marcus Gronholm on the last stage and will be wanting to regain the initiative here. He trails the Finn by just 7.3 seconds overall. As for Gronholm, the fight to hold off the Frenchman continues. He's shown his frustration at his inability to close in on his teammate Mikko Hirvonen, so the Finn must be feeling a certain amount of pressure. He'll have to hold his emotions at bay, though, to retain his focus. In the number 2 Ford is Rally Norway's number 1. Mikko Hirvonen described yesterday as just about the best of his career. No surprise, really, he's driven, but he's not even halfway through yet.
Heti nyppy, jarru 2. Lyhyt oikein, nopea tiukka. 5 ja nyppy sidon vähän, jarru 5.
Petter Solberg is already out on the stage. The Norwegian seems fairly content to be driving his own rally, and this is the swan song for the 2006 Impreza, although it's not brought him much luck. Steep snowbanks on either side here and heavy snow falling still. This is proper winter rallying. Petter's the fastest so far, with the exception of Tony Gardemeister. Meanwhile, Seb's still in the stage, As the tyres spin, between 70 and 80 studs are gripping into the snow at any one time, transmitting more than 300 brake horsepower into the ice. The C4's nose clipped a snowbank through here, and that could be worrying for Seb. Snow in the radiator can cause, ironically, overheating. He can also lose a lot of power with a blocked radiator, but he's faster than Petter and Gardemeister, setting a time of 14 minutes 54.5 seconds. So how will Gronholm's time compare? Will he maintain his advantage over the Frenchman? If Seb's lost power, then the Finn should be able to better that stage time. Gronholm's mastered these difficult conditions, and Loeb, by the looks of it. Yes, he's much quicker than the Frenchman, pulling away from third place. 11.9 seconds faster. He's now 19.2 seconds ahead overall.
Marcus, 11.9 quicker than Sebastian. You've got to be happy with that.
Yeah, it's okay, but we have to wait for Mikko as well.
Obviously, the concern for the championship, though, is Sebastian. I mean, you're still concerned about Mikko.
Yeah, I want to win also, you know, in the same time.
Mikko has a lead of 19.7 seconds. It's something, but not enough. A driver could easily lose that over a difficult stage like this. Just one little moment is all it could take. Mikko said that keeping up this pace will be easy, but it's easy also to make a mistake. He does look completely comfortable, though. He's not going to be far off Marcus's pace. I think he's going to beat his teammate again, in fact. Yes, 2.7 seconds up. His rally lead now 22.4.
Mikko, the famous mountain stage. Again, you are fastest. It must be fantastic.
Yeah, it's good, In this difficult condition, it's very, very hard to drive, but Markus is not giving it easy, so I need to keep on pushing.
Running fifth is Gigi Gali. Like many of the other drivers, he's wearing some rather stylish-looking sunglasses. This is to reduce the glare of the white stuff, which can cause snow blindness. Despite a slight brush with a snowbank, he beats Gali by 14.2 seconds and takes fifth place from the Italian. So another stage when Loeb was off the pace. Let's catch up with him on the next test to see if he can fight back immediately. For whatever reason, he doesn't seem to have been comfortable all week. Oh, and he's off again here. This is a disaster for the championship leader. Like so many before him, he's wedged in a snowbank at the side of the road. But this time, I don't think he's going to be able to power his way out. He does eventually get going again with the help of some nearby spectators, but he's lost around 8 minutes. Gigi Gali, meanwhile, has just lost fourth place to Henning Solberg on the previous stage, and he's attacking hard to try and claim the place back. Well, he doesn't seem happy here. Oh, and he's off too. So more time lost for the Italian, and that's another position dropped too. So a sensation on the Lillehammer stage. Sebastian Loeb in real trouble. He drops out of the top 8 to 11th. That, combined with Gigi Gali's off, sees both Solbergs, Latvala and Manfred Stoll move up. So after the stage, Loeb is already
in a snowbank, and I was stuck. It was no ditch, but glued in the snowbank, so it was nothing to do. We just tried to go out, and we lost 8 minutes.
Was there a lot of Norwegians to help you out of the snowbank there?
But at the start not enough, so for that we lost some time. Then they came and then helped us going out, so it was okay, but we lost a lot of time.
The reigning world champion's hopes are in ruins as he heads into stage 13. See you after the break. Welcome back to Rally Norway, and the leaderboard shows an unexpected turn of fortune. No Sebastian Loeb. He fell all the way down to 11th place after going into a snowbank on stage 12. So what can the Frenchman do on stage 13 to redeem his position? Throughout this event and in Sweden too, we've seen Seb make uncharacteristic errors, and he's done it again. A second off in the same stage too sees Seb fall down to 16th. Loeb's misfortunes will have taken the pressure off second place Marcus Gronholm. He's been fighting hard to stay ahead of the Frenchman, but with Petter Solberg more than 3 minutes further back in third, Marcus should be feeling secure. But even he reported an overshoot in this stage too. And what must rally leader Mikko Hirvonen be feeling now? He's seen so many drivers, not least the 3-time world champion Loeb, fall foul of these conditions. Surely it must affect his nerves. In fact, Loeb could also affect his stage time. The Finn stuck behind the struggling Frenchman for a while there. Yet despite the chaos around him, Mikko drops just 0.3 of a second to second place Gronholm. The trials and tribulations for crews further up the leaderboard have given hope to those lower down. Manfred Stoll and co-driver Ilkka Miner, who have been running 8 full day, have been promoted to 6th. Chevy Ponce has climbed from nowhere into the points and is now 8th behind Gigi Gali. He finished 7th in Sweden last year, so the Spaniard has some form on snow. Less than 20 seconds behind is the Swede Daniel Carlson. The OMV Kronos Citroën man ran 2nd in the candidate event here last year until he went off the road. Jan Kopecky driving a Skoda is more than 1 minute and 20 seconds further back in 10th, the same as his finishing position in Sweden last week. 17-year-old Norwegian Andreas Mikkelsen had to be given special dispensation by the Prime Minister to take his drive in a Ford Focus. The legal age to drive here is 18. Despite this spin, he's going well in 13th. No such glory for Stobart's Matthew Wilson. An impact on stage 10 ends his day's rallying.
Turn hairpin right. Max left or minus. 13k right.
So the young Brit's difficult and very public learning curve, showing little sign of improving yet. Stage 14 is the short Hammer test, which is located within the city itself. And let's ride with Mikko Hirvonen through this short stage, which is just over 1 kilometre long. This is a chance for those not so willing to go out into the forest to get a close-up view of the WRC's best. They'll be standing shoulder to shoulder with hardened fans who have travelled from all over the globe to see the inaugural Rally Norway. And the man currently centre stage is Mikko Hirvonen, out in front right from the off. And at that point he was simply enjoying the novelty of the situation of battling Sebastian Loeb and Marcus Gronholm on an equal footing. Loeb, of course, poses no further danger to Mikko, though his teammate Marcus is just 21 seconds behind. It's the birthday of Ford team boss Malcolm Wilson, and what a fantastic day his drivers have given him, sitting securely in the top 2 places on the leaderboard. Hirvonen loses a little time to his teammate there, at only 1.7 seconds. Confirmation that the 2 Ford drivers end the day at the top of the leaderboard, and all other positions remain the same after the final stage. That means a Solberg in 3rd and 4th.
Today was very, very difficult. I mean, conditions were tricky. It was snowing a lot, and there was lots of snow on the stages as well. And after we left the service, there was lots of fog on stages as well, so visibility was basically 0 in many places, and so it was very difficult.
It's your rally to lose now, though, isn't it?
Yeah, well, kind of. I mean, I've been now leading 2 days, and 20 seconds, it's quite comfortable lead. So it's quite easy to do a mistake and lose the rally, but I don't want to do that. I just need to keep on my rhythm and continue tomorrow.
How are you going to maintain that concentration you've had all weekend?
I just basically need to go flat out. I mean, that's the best way to do it. If I start to slow down, you start to do mistakes easily, and then it goes wrong. But hopefully, I can find a good rhythm in the morning.
Can you win?
Yeah, I can. No problem.
Join us tomorrow to see if Hirvonen can deliver what will be a memorable win. Until then, keep up with all the Rally Norway news at WRC.com.